big talking point a couple of weeks ago. You know the one I'm talking about. Prince Harry winning the first round of a court case against Her Majesty's government and the British Metropolitan Police, all about his personal security each time he returns back here to the United Kingdom. But seemingly, have Harry and Meghan now had a change of heart about that security issue? Let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of Yorkshire today. Hope you're all keeping well. I hope you're liking these tranquil settings. We're just having a couple of days away, out of the rigours of the capital city. Let me tell you, we've got a busy time coming up. The royals are returning to work in the first week of September. Harry and Meghan are returning to the United Kingdom, and we should have a brand new British Prime Minister within, of course, the first week. The last one sadly got removed for eating cake. You may have read about it, yes. And so now we've gone, actually, trying to find a new British Prime Minister seems to have gone on longer than the Doomsday Book. They've had hustings, televised events, you name it, you can't escape from these two. But seemingly, is anybody going to be bigger or more popular than the previous Boris Johnson? I'll leave you to fight that one out. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. Now, there was a big event, wasn't there, this year, the Platinum Jubilee celebration, which saw the return back to the United Kingdom of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. This was their big fear, of course, returning back to the United Kingdom because of their security issues. Then we saw Meghan winding down the window to wave to fans. You remember that bit? And then, of course, they entered St. Paul's Cathedral, and there was a lot of problems, as we told you, because Prince Charles, well, misguidedly maybe, blew a kiss to Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge. No such kiss, of course, along to the second tier royals, sat a little bit further back, Meghan Markle with that rictus grin, and of course Prince Harry looking out of sorts, as ever. The bigger problem, of course, was all about their security. Why weren't they happy with their security? All that sort of stuff. And then we found out that Prince Harry decided to push ahead with the second round of that litigation against Her Majesty's government and the British Metropolitan Police. Now, you will recall, of course, that this particular gentleman was sat behind them in St. Paul's. That's right, that's Major Johnny Thompson, and he was placed there, we are told, by our gracious monarch, for no other reason the fact that I'm sure it was all because he looked good on camera. Right, you believe that, yeah? And now, as we we have the ex-royals returning back here to Windsor, Frogmore Cottage, which they rent out. Now, according to a very good source, and as ever we have to say allegedly, Harry and Meghan have had something of a rethink about their own security issue when they return here to the United Kingdom. But what is it? So now, upon their return to Frogmore Cottage, what's going to be interesting is their own security detail. And what I've been told is this, that while Harry and Meghan are happy to return here to the United Kingdom to visit the several charities that are very close to their heart, they will be retaining their own security team. Now, as ever, a lot of people put a lot of speculation on this as to why then wouldn't they take up the free offer of the security afforded to them while they're on the grounds of Windsor Castle. The minute they enter the grounds, let me explain, they do become under the protection of the British Metropolitan Police, affectionately known as the Met Police. That's all because, of course, they are part of looking after Her Majesty the Queen and Windsor Castle itself. But seemingly, according to that good source, both Harry and Meghan were slighted, shall we say, when they found out exactly who was sat behind them. That's right, Major Johnny Thompson, because of course they never predicted the fact that maybe he could be listening in. Quite what he could have picked up remains to be seen, because they didn't seemingly have that much to say to each other. They're shrewd enough to know that lip readers will be watching, and more importantly, anything they said could be re-reported. But of course, being back in the confines of Windsor and Frogmore Cottage, perhaps this time around, they're even more concerned about any leaks getting out. So by bringing in their own security team, they can be at least assured that everything will be kept under wraps exclusively for themselves. No doubt to reveal at some point later on. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.